Let's play Redactle number 457 on Friday, July 7th. It's good to be back to normal after yesterday's excitement. There may still be a few little glitches with the version of Redactle Unlimited here. The developer is aware, I believe, of some little things. One is the image wasn't appearing yesterday when we solved that puzzle that appeared late in the day. Someone else said there's a problem with the hint allowing you to see the words in the title. Luckily, I never used the hint. I never got it to work with my particular setup. I also don't think this little subheading should be appearing that explains exactly what this item is. I think this is when you hover over a link in a browser and it shows some short text that explains what this thing is, which might be useful to us. 4-7, 5-7, 13. It doesn't really help me here. Anyway, the 5-4 was a 7. Could it be a country like yesterday? I was glad to see I wasn't the only one who took far too long to get that country yesterday. Soviet blobfish was also thrown off a little bit. Anyway, between the 4, 7, 7, and 7, 7, a lot of sevens, over 9 in 4 in some year maybe, 9 and 11, 6 and 5, 5. I wonder if the last list of places could be countries. Thinking of South Korea or North Korea. Was it some sort of league or union between countries? Not sure. By the 5, 4, I'm thinking that's by the early some century, a something of this, and this led to were blank into 13 and 11 of the 3, 7. Into a 4 full-grown something war, maybe? Could it be? Yeah, it feels to me like it's a time period or something in history. Here it looks like a year range of the 7. Well, let me try war. Yes. Is that the Vietnam War? No. But the something war. What war has 7 letters? The 5, I wonder if this could be a pact after a war. No. Or between countries. No. The something was a blank between A and B over C. So maybe it is some kind of war, a dispute, maybe. No, we do have 2 disputes. Have blank the dispute and something dispute with the 5, 7. 6 of the 5, 4 on 12, 9, 10 on international. No, that's an odd number. On 5 in something in his book, the 6 of the 5, 4. The battle of the. No, there are 2 battles. Was something to have something to dispute However, the battle erupted, or the battle something. There are an awful lot of wars here. I'm still not getting that 7 war. Here we have the 6 war. The Franco-German. We do have 3 Francos. Could it be General Franco? No, it looks like a Franco-Russian. Ooh, okay. Ooh, Russian 176. There we go. 4-7, 5-Russian 13. So it's not a dispute between the 477 and Russian something over, I presume it's over a place in, see, I was thinking the 4 was a year, but I think it's a, no, yeah, maybe it is. Let's try Asia. Okay, over something in Asia, but then somewhere else in 11, 6, and 5. Between the 4-7, could that be like the west leaning? No, east, more east between the 4-7, no. Let's just do country, make sure it's not a country like yesterday's. 7-8, that it was the worlds, maybe? The worlds 5-4-7 and the 4-12-8 country, and 9 that it had a something, a duty, I suppose, a duty to something, it's something. 5 over Western Asia, Eastern Asia. So I would think maybe Southeast Asia would come into this. No. So it wasn't Vietnam. Let's do China. 20 Chinas. Not until quite late. Let's try Empire and see if this is older. Okay. I was thinking 20th century, but I think it's probably 19th. Let's try. Yeah, 19th century, something Russian, unpleasantness between the 19th century 7, and Russian empires, maybe. So what's the first empire? Not Austrian, Hungarian, British, I suppose. Yes. The 5-4. Oh, have I done wars plural? No, I hadn't, but not in the first paragraph, in the second. The something, and it's not a dispute over, maybe countries in Asia? No. Over colonies. It's only 8, 9 and 11, 6 and 5-5. Let's try, have I done north? Oops, South Asia, and 5-5, and maybe other parts, areas. Yeah, it has to be some kind of struggle. That's 8 letters. A something in their struggle with 7. I've done Russian. Let me go ahead and do Russia. And let's do Britain. I presume this is during Victorian times, since so much of the 19th century was Victorian times. To the British realm, no? In the something of Queen Victoria, in the the British Crown? Under the British Crown. The East India. Let's see if India is up at the top. British Imperial? No. Anyway, the East India Company. Russia, something. What country could that be? Of course, it may not be a country today. Over possessions, that's 11. Over, what would the word be? Dominions. Dominion has 1. Let's do English, just to check if that's being used as a synonym. Looks like here it is. Within a quote. We, no. He. 8 had 8, a 5, a first. No, Franco-Russian something of India. Invasion? Ooh. I don't think I've ever heard of this Russian invasion of India. 2441. Oh, to Tsar? Something, who is Tsar Ivan? Tsar, oh my goodness. Can't think of a 4-letter Tsar other than Ivan. Tsar 4 had not been something. Here we have a Tsar 9. That would be Alexander, I think. Yeah. All right, well, this is all very interesting. The 5-4 was a, not dispute, struggle, war, argy-bargy, contretemps. Ay. Rivalry, maybe. Oh my goodness, now that's pretty ridiculous. Was a rivalry between. So, what term would you give to this rivalry? The oh, I do know a term. I didn't really know it was. Well, I think maybe when we see this, it'll be more widespread. But I know in, let's say, spy novels of the beginning of the 20th century, they would talk about the great game. So I think that's what it is, the great game. There we go. I think I knew the term. Oh, well, obviously I knew the term, but I just didn't really know the full meaning of it. Here we go. Over influence in Asia, primarily in Afghanistan, Persia, and later Tibet, interventions and diplomatic negotiations, and so on. Distrust never erupted into a full scale war. But then, oh, of course, the Crimean War, I should have thought about that. Anyway, let's have a look at the statistics. 382 players so far. The median is 54, so it is, I think, being solved quite quickly. I am very impressed. That looks like almost 40 people solved it very, very quickly. I'm just a little over the median, below the average. Anyway, I liked that one. It was interesting. I think if you hadn't heard the term great game, I think you might have struggled. You might have found great as in Great Britain, but I'm not sure you would have thought of a game. That's can be tricky. Anyway, we're glad to have Redactle back and pretty much as normal. Thanks as always for watching and have a great day.